just welcome you again to the Woman to Woman Conference. This is a really dope session because these women of God that we have coming for this next talk that we're going to have, they're going to bless us greatly. So can we have Alisha Damon? So Shay and Pastor Chandra.
I'm just someone who loves God with all my heart. I am into just worshiping God. Also, I am a personal assistant. What I do is I kind of do some mainstream artists and worship with them. I have a t-shirt line that I'm kind of embarking on doing bling t-shirts. I'm a PK, of course, and that's about it. I don't have too much. All you need to really know is I love God, and I try to treat people how I want them to treat me. Amen?
Amen. And Pastor Williams, come on, clap your hands for her.
All right. Okay. Awesome. Good morning. My name is Reverend Chandra Williams. I pastor the United Missionary Baptist Church in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. I succeeded my father 5 years ago as the pastor, the senior pastor. He pastored our church, Reverend Charles W. Senior, for 54 years. I was the first female licensed and the first female pastor. I also just recently mounted a campaign to run for the Pennsylvania Baptist State Convention where there was never a formidable candidate, female candidate, to run for president. I am the mother of one amazing son who is a professional drummer, two-time Grammy winning drummer. So I'm a single mother, and by the grace of God, He helped me to produce an awesome son. So I'm here today just to share because I believe in women shattering glass ceilings, being trailblazers, and so I believe that God has some great stuff just around the corner for us women.
Yes, Lord. Come on, clap your hands. Sister, listen, prophetess and Lenny, to know that wonderful stuff. Alisha Damon, come on, introduce yourself a little bit.
I'm Alisha Damon, of course. I'm not really a talker. I'm a dancer, of course. I've been dancing for about 10 years. I have 2 dance schools. I have called Play God and Dance for Prophetic. I'm going to take dancers at University of Deliverance. I also have online dance school. I have a CD just came out, Percy, the plug. My dance Percy, $5. I have some here. I just love God. I love to dance. I love to worship. I love to train dancers. I'm currently on tour right now. I'm going to get a dance workshop tour in different cities. So I just, love God. Amen.
She loved God. Amen. This is a session I feel like this is going to kind of break open some real things. Thank you, brother. And it's really great. But just before we start there, because I just think the creativity in the kingdom of God is growing daily, and people are really starting to embrace that creativity. Just talk to us a little bit more about you said you got a prayer, dance, CD. Okay, explain. Just so we understand.
Well, it's of course, a CD for dancers. So it's because I believe that prayer is essential for ministry. A lot of dancers don't know how to pray. I see dancers all the time. I'm like, can you pray? Open up some prayer, and they're like, I don't know what to say. So it's essential in ministry that you have prayer. So it's the first thing dancers can put on before they minister. You don't have to be a dancer. It's just a place to enter in deeper into God.
Wow. That's awesome. Now, we have so many different kinds of women out here. We see that they vary in age and all that wonderful stuff. And we find sometimes that women get their confidence the majority of the time from affirmations or people affirming them and telling them that they're beautiful and telling them that they are, a wonderful woman. So just anybody can jump in here for this first session. What do you think it will take for a woman to get to her full confidence without someone helping her get there?
I think for me, what happened with me was I had to define who I was. You can't let anyone define you by what they think or by what they feel, they see, or know about you. As for me growing up as a PK, I always grew up because I was apostolic. So, Pentecostal, so you had to dresses and, you know, you had to do all of that in school. So I grew up like that. So I was teased all of my life. So I was teased because I was a church girl back then, and that was a good thing, for real. I didn't know that until I got older, but I was teased a lot, so that made my confidence go down. And then a lot of people don't know, but a lot of people do know that when I was 8 years old, my parents were divorced, they were pastors, so they were divorced at 8. So that kind of diminished some of my esteem as well. So my dad told me that he couldn't afford me, he couldn't do, you know, he didn't want to have pretty much anything to do with me at the time when I was 8. So you know those things. So when you're younger, your younger years, you remember all of that stuff. So you're looking for love in all the wrong places. So as I got older, I was looking for that affirmation from somebody, which I thought was my dad. Well, of course, he wasn't there. So then my mom did get married again to, which I call my real dad. He treated me like like I was really his own. So that really kind of diminished, but I still had that void because I still was looking for that, that love. So younger, having things done to you when you were younger, it's just a whole lot that I can get into. But you have to define that confidence within yourself. Never let anybody tell you something that you don't know yourself. Just like when you get prophetic word, you get confirmation, right? So it's always something that you have to define yourself for who you are and find out things that you like. Because at times when I was younger, I wanted to do, follow the crowd. I was following the crowd when I was younger. As I got older, I stopped doing that. But when you're younger, you want to get that. You want to be liked. You want people to figure out who you are. You want to, have that affirmation from other people, because then that makes you feel like, okay, I have them on my side. They're following me at the time. But I say define who you are in Christ as well, because once you define that and know who you are in Christ, then other stuff conditions.
I was going to say that I can attribute my confidence to my prayer life that began very, 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 very early. And just to see these two, the young ladies that are who went to God's Girls, when you have a prayer life at a young age, God will speak to you. He will speak to you, and that's why sometimes we think it's arrogance or we think it's cockiness. And you can see a single young woman or a single woman who is what we would say full of themselves, but if you would trace it back, they have a prayer life. And God speaks to you in your prayer life to tell you that you are beautiful. Like, you can get to a place where you are okay with being by yourself. I went through a period of singleness, and I'm dating now, thank God. But when you're praying, when you're in a prayer life with God, you can get up and go to Red Lobster and be okay sitting at the table all by yourself. You are okay going to the movies by yourself. And I can really remember when I went off. When I went off, and that's when I really needed somebody to affirm me when I stopped my prayer life. I got to college, and I was like, whoa, nobody told me in college that you didn't have to call your mother, or they didn't have to check on your grades and all that stuff. I totally went off, and that's when I had my son. I can directly correlate the things in my life to when I stopped my prayer life. But growing up as a young girl, my confidence was on a beam. It was on 1,000 because I had a relationship with him at such an early age. Keep your prayer life intact with God. He will whisper stuff in your ear that will say to you, you are beautiful. You are my daughter. You are wonderful. You don't really need all of that weed. You don't even need nails. That's stuff that we want for ourselves, but God will speak to you in a prayer life. And He will let you know that you are His daughter. And that's where I got my confidence from. My confidence came through prayer.
I was going to say what they say basically, being a millennial, 26 years old. So a lot of us, we look at like social media, look at these Instagram models and stuff like that for our confidence. But I think what makes me different, like you said, is my prayer life, and my worship. I make it a lifestyle, not something that I do because I'm in church today. But it's a lifestyle, and that's how I got my confidence able to do all that I'm doing at my age.
Wow. And I was thinking about this, and it's so important to talk about it because generally when we're dealing with something, especially at the age we are now, especially when you pass 18, you're in your 20s, your 30s, your 40s, and your 50s, it is even important for us to think back, because a lot of people are really still dealing with stuff from their teenage years. Things they don't want to talk about, things that may have happened to them that they haven't yet accepted. You know, okay, this really happened to me. And people don't know it, but children have a tendency to torture each other and not even know they're doing it. And so a lot of these young people, young girls were seeing on social media, literally taking to social media to kill themselves over not knowing who they are, understanding their purpose, and having people who could impart into them the spirit of prayer and the lifestyle of prayer and confidence. And it's all about how you look and not about who you are. So a lot of people are walking out confidence on the outer, exterior, but no one's working on the inside. So, like, what would you say about that? Is that something that you think is true, or did you experience, like, you got to sometimes go in and deal with the little girl before you start dealing with the woman?
Absolutely. I'm also a social worker, so I see from myself. Let's talk about me first. So when I had to deal with, and I'll just say it because I'm going to put it in my book, when I was molested at the age of 7 years old, and it happened repeatedly, I didn't know. So you start thinking about those things, and then you start getting to those relationships and being mischievous and promiscuous and all of that good stuff, then you don't know that because, okay, your dad left you, you starting to, you're looking for that man, you're looking for that affirmation in a relationship with somebody, so then they start treating you a certain way, so then you have to deal with all of that, which I call the aftermath. So when you're dealing with the stuff in the beginning, that aftermath is what you have to really deal with. And you have to go in and have that mind to be willing to let it go, because sometimes that's a clutch for us. That's our security blanket. We want to hold on to that to justify who we are. So we're mean and we don't understand relationship because, I think that's going to happen. So you put up a wall. So you could have that perfect man. You could have that perfect friendship, but because of what happened, we use that against, and because we hold on to those things, those relationships that could be aren't, because we're still dealing with that aftermath. And I think also, growing up, they used to tell you, oh, be quiet, you can't tell this. Don't tell anybody because that's a family secret, or don't do this because of that. So, because they don't want that to be said or about your family or about you, because that happened to you. So they want you to conceal that and deal with that. So I had to, when I got older, had to start dealing with it. I had to tell my mom. I didn't tell my mom, and I do have 2 children. I have a daughter that's 20 and I have a son that's 9. So I had to tell her when I was carrying my daughter, when I was 9 months pregnant. She had no idea, because I didn't know how to tell her, because I didn't know what to do as I got older. I kept on holding it in because I'm like, was this all right? This wasn't okay. So then I started battling in my mind. I did contemplate suicide. I did want to kill myself. And I couldn't, and I knew that wasn't the thing to do, because of course I was a PK all my life. So I knew that wasn't right, and I knew where I would go. But I also had to go to counseling. So a lot of people think that, oh, I'm crazy, I can't go to counseling. But most of the time in our society right now, the percentage of the world, they are dealing with mental health issues. And we have to we have to, kind of get hold of that. We don't teach that enough. We just say that's the devil. No, it's not the devil all the time. People are really dealing with mental health challenges.
She hit on exactly what I was going to say, that it is taboo for African Americans and for church people to go to counseling. And everybody should go sit on the couch. Yes. If you have never gone to sit on a couch, it is so, to be in the presence of someone who has no gain by hearing what you have to say is so therapeutic. And don't think that God is not in Christian counseling. He is, and let me say this, get a counselor who happens to be a Christian. Don't get a Christian counselor, because some Christian counselors are not ready for what you will tell them. So get a counselor who happens to be a Christian. And so when like I said, when I went off and went off track, that's when that thing manifested back in me, and I could see clearly sitting on the man's lap. In between church when you were younger, you would go, well, we don't have second services anymore. But when I grew up, we had second services. And you would go over to somebody's house and have dinner, and then y'all would come back to the church. And so I clearly remembered, one day I was in my college dorm, and I remembered sitting on this man's lap, and he was playing horsey with me. And we were just playing on his knee. And the next thing I know, I remember my skirt was up. And I remember he was molesting me. But that was outside of my prayer life. So as long as I was praying, the Lord was working on me and dealing with me. But when I got out of my prayer life, then it just started manifesting itself. And I called my mother and I told him. And based on that, my mother allowed me to go. I was in Richmond, Virginia. They found the counselor for me. And I just worked through that with the counselor. But I know that my son, having my son in college was a reflection of me not having a prayer life and then wanting to fulfill the all of those feelings. I didn't know how to deal with all of those feelings. It came back up to me. The orgasms and all of that stuff roared back up in me. So what I would say is that we really do need to, your job pays for it. Most of you are employed, and if you're employed, your job will pay for at least 4 or 5 visits to a therapist or a counselor. So I would say to anybody out here, to go deal with that stuff. Because if you don't deal with it, it's going to deal with you.
Yeah, that was, Alisha, did you want to add to this? Okay. What is so important is that for many years, and I really am not, I know we just kind of get outside of Black History Month, but I just think that women have wore on their backs so many issues and things that have happened, over time. And though it seems like, the man is supposed to go out there, he's the provider, all that wonderful, and you guys hear that all your life, he's supposed to be strong, he takes out the trash, but the woman really is the strength of the relationship, the majority of the time. She's keeping that thing moving, she's keeping it working, but I think that too many women think that carrying their brokenness means that they're strong. But carrying your brokenness actually makes you weak. Because over time, it breaks you down, it breaks you down, it breaks you down. And now you find yourself literally at, 40 and 50 years old dealing with things, again, like I said before, that you could have dealt with beforehand. And you could have had a relationship with that husband, with that boyfriend, with that significant other, that would take things to the next level if you weren't sitting there and he didn't roll down the window or open the door and now you're going off from him. But he doesn't, right? And he doesn't know that, you were looking for a man who was going to, hit you with chivalry because you never had that. Or that was something that your dad used to do. So if you don't deal with brokenness, if you don't deal with the issues, and, just to piggyback, definitely off of what Pastor said, is that mental health situation and going to go sit on the couch is so taboo, especially in the African American culture. Because if you tell somebody that you want to go see your therapist or your shrink, they're going to think that you're crazy. Well, I won't be after I'm done. And you still will be. And I'm just going to hand that number to you. But when we don't do these things, when we don't find healthy relationships to work these things out, we just perpetuate the crazy. We sit in there with other young ladies and they may feel the way that you feel, and the way that both of you guys feel is off, and then now everybody's off. But the Spirit of the Lord wants us to be whole in, the holistic part of what we are, like spiritually, economically, all of those things. And so, Alisha, I just want to kind of start with you. Where do you think that the healing from the brokenness actually starts? Does it start in a conversation? Do you think it starts in your worship? Where do you think is the best place if a person is trying to get healed from their brokenness? From your standpoint, where do you think is the best place for them to start?
I think first, for me personally, dealing with my brokenness, I had to first be honest with myself. Be naked before God. Allow God to show me the areas that I was broken in. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes we can, especially being in ministry, we go through life whatever and be like, I'm good. But I had to really get in the presence of God, like I said, prayer life and worship, and allow God to show me, and then allow Him to heal those areas in my life.
Now, is that easy though? Allowing God to show you. And I'm not talking about the you we show people, but it's that an easy process? Because a lot of people think, you're going to jump in and pray, like, Lord, take this, and, you're going to do like a 7-day fast, and then you're going to come out, and everybody's, girl, you look new, So is that an easy, situation?
I've dealt with the same issue for a long time.
Come on, say that loud.
I dealt with the same issue for a long time.
Yeah.
I fasted 40 days, 21 days, 40 days, just kept fasting because I was still holding on to stuff, you know what I'm saying? Like, God, take it away, I'm free, I'm good, I'm dancing, like, yeah. And it's like, no, you still got an issue in your heart. So go back to the altar and do it again, you know what I'm saying? So it's a process of keep doing it over and over and just have to allow God to continue to work in you, be honest and keep coming back. It's okay,
I learned that sometimes you can say that you release it to God, but then you pick it back up.
Yeah.
But then those things, He'll start bringing those same things back up to you again in a different way.
Right.
And then to see if you're gonna pick it back up again. And that's our point of like saying, okay, God, it's getting easier. It doesn't get easy immediately. It's a process, like she said, it's definitely a process, but you have to continuously release it to God, because you think that was easy, letting that go, like, dang, I was violated as a kid, I had no control over it, so I started blaming myself, like, it was my fault, so then the enemy tries to put those things in your mind repeatedly. It's always over and over and over again, but then you have to definitely, at the point when I realized that I had to let this thing go because it was taking control over my mind. It was taking control over everything in my life situations. I was relationships. I was just like, it was like a whirlwind. I was like, all right, God, I'm over this. I gotta let this go. And it was years. It was years. It wasn't like immediately. Things didn't happen immediately. But for me, I don't have a testimony. It took a while for me to release it. Like, I didn't trust nobody. I'm to the point now. I don't trust too many people still, but I know who to trust and who not to trust. But you have to definitely give it to God and just be like, God, I know you have control over this situation. I can't control it anymore. Take it away from me, because it will make you lose your mind at times. So I'm like, okay, God, I can't have this anymore. I can't take it. So it was a couple of years ago that I finally was like, I actually left my mom's church. I did. I left my mom's church to find myself, because I was like, okay, I don't know. And it wasn't anything she did per se. It was me. I had to get me together. Amen. And I had to go to the counselor again for me, for Shay. Nobody else, not because somebody said you should go, not because of this. It was something that I had to do. But once you get in your mind that you really want to release it to God, He will definitely take it away from you. It may be pieces at a time. It may be this thing. And something may come up, like somebody, you may talk with a friend, and that same conversation will come up, and it won't hurt you or rehearse those things back in mind like you used to anymore. It won't be the same hurt like the first time.
Okay, I can go on to the next, unless you want to. Okay, great. Now, I try to, I like to slow walk, doing sessions like this, but then I like the spicy stuff, because that's good. It's always good to hear. And what came up in my questions that I wanted to ask, and I want to throw, we're going to go to some Q&A as well, you guys, so it gets even better, and I love that. But something that my sister was preaching last night that was so good, and it was, in my questions to ask, and I just wanted to bring it back up, because so many people in the and I'm a person who feels like if you don't want to do anything else, you want to be real. You want to be honest. Because a lot of people, like they save face for their friend, and they don't even know that their friend's life is probably worse than theirs. And so we go around and we kind of being fake about, what it is we're going through. And I know that women, my family, we have like a lot of women more than we have men. And my mom, if anybody knows my mom is like a pillar of the family. She comes in and says be quiet, and all her brothers, they'll be quiet. So, but what I found out a lot of times is that women don't want to be vulnerable in front of other women. They want to present themselves to the other woman, that I got it together. So, I'm trying. So, is it important as a woman to know your limits? Or can you guys just kind of do anything? women? How does that work? Because as my sister was saying, like, I may not show up in Vegas, okay? Because I know my limits. Y'all come downstairs, I'm at the slides and struggle. You know what I'm saying? And then y'all don't want to worship no more. You know what I'm saying? So I will be telecasting. I'm going to get him to help me. I'm going to sing from the computer. I'm going to put it on the big screen because I want to have trouble. But in all seriousness, is it important for you as a woman to know your limits? Like how often you can talk to him? Or, you know, like the places you can go. Or if you can't go fellowship with that woman, because sometimes that woman might be doing something that, you know, you may not want to get into, or conversations you may not want to have.
So let me say this, and because it's women. So I'm a preacher, I'm a pastor. And what I don't think people understand is that preaching for a minister is so intimate. It is like this close to feeling, I'm just going to be honest with you, it is like this close to feeling like you're having a sexual explosion. So adjutants are not, or armor bearers are not really to protect you from us. For me, it's from me to you. So, because when I get finished preaching, I am at such an all-time high.
Oh God.
If a man comes up to me that's sexy, and I'll just say something like Idris Alba or something like that connection, like I'm close to, I need a release. So it wouldn't be far-fetched as a single woman for that person to say how attractive I am, and me to say to my cupbearer or my adjutant, go get his number. Or I want to spend time with him. Because I'm open. So you have to give the preacher their moment after the preaching moment. Really, I'll say it this way, there's a pre and there's a post. Because when I'm studying the word, I have to be separate from people because I'm excited at that moment too. And my body is at a high and I can explore almost anything because I'm in the word. And again, the word is synonymous with the feelings in my body. I get just excited. That's why if you see a preacher and or if you date a preacher, my boyfriend says, I'm not gonna go to the movies with you because everything I look at is a preaching moment. So they can say something on the screen, I'm like, oh my God, that's preacher, like that, because I'm always at that high. But so as a preacher, I'm gonna cut through the chase. I gotta go home after I preach. By myself, I gotta go home. Because I'm single. And if I let myself go, I don't know where I'm gonna go. And that's not to say I'm this hormoner, and that's not to say that. It's just to say that you look at preachers and you're trying to figure out why preachers are so sexual and why we always fall into sexual immorality. It's because our bodies are so at a place when we're preaching and teaching that it's hard to come down. That's why, that's why you have to, that's why you gotta let your pastor or your preacher marry who they want to marry. And they can't marry because of the church. Because then they get jammed up with something that's not as sexual as them. She or he don't want to give it to them. And so now I'm miserable. Because I gotta look, but they don't, their drive is not as high as my drive. So I'm gonna let you go there. So my limit is, I gotta go home. Because I'm single. And if I hang out with other preachers, because preachers come to hear preachers, and some of those preachers are single. And so if I don't go home, then I'll jam myself up. So my limit is, and I'll say this to you, whatever yours is, just go home. Go home after work. Just go home. Because the devil comes to kill, steal, and destroy. He's not coming to help you get away. Like it's not designed for you to do it and get away. It really is designed for you to get caught. because you got too much influence. There's too many people that watch you, even if it's not just your kids. Back to her point, if it's your kids, the devil wants to destroy your family. He wants to mess up the minds of your seed. So just go home and figure it out.
And see, what's important is for people to understand, and I got myself anymore, because people will try you. They purposely will try you, and they will sit there and they will cry and worship. They will fall out. They will run around the church. And the moment that you get down, they will meet you in the back. And I have, like, my friends are so ridiculously crazy when it comes down to me and being in ministry. So I understand that when you are in those heightened places of worship and you come down, you've been in the spirit. So now you zoom back down to your flesh, and people don't understand that. But just so that people understand, this is not just about, a pastor being a pastor and you being a counselor, she being a dancer and worship. This is about the woman who experiences loneliness, because that makes you open. And then you're watching The Notebook, and you just crying and like, oh God, and then that just opens it up more and more. And that you gotta know your limits to what you can watch, to what you listen to, who you talk to, the people that you are around. Because when you are in those spaces, it's almost like if you're sad, why watch the movie that's sad? You know what I'm saying? If you're broken, why watch a movie about the stuff that creates more brokenness inside yourself? So knowing your limits is very important, no matter who you are, no matter what you do. You can be an usher at the back of the church, but you gotta know your limits. If somebody's already cursed you out, you might need to change your side of the church, because the next person that comes to cuss you out, they're not gonna be living. You get what I'm saying? You gotta be able to talk to your sister and say, we gotta switch sides, girl. Come on, you come on this side. But
And you have to have somebody that you trust that understands your limits.
Yeah.
You really, really have to have people around you that you can be open to, that can bring you down. Too many of us have people that ate in a bed. And back to your point, like, that after a certain amount of drinks, then you take somebody with you that's gonna say, you know what, you're going too far, you about to stay too long, so come on, we going back.
Right.
You don't bring the person that's gonna say, child, come on, we out there. No, you have to bring a person that knows how far you can go. They know you're the fighter. They know that you're as soon as you see your boyfriend, girlfriend, and they know. So you gotta bring somebody with you, and even in church, to your point, you have to pair up at the door with the person that knows your limits. Because if the person walks in, so you have to be intentional also about surrounding yourself with people who know your limits, so that they can, bring you back there and pull you back in.
Alisha, balance. Do you think balance works with that as well? Like having the correct balance? People don't, and I'm gonna talk to y'all just in case, because people don't sometimes want to be real. It's serious. If you don't go out and you know you're about to have some drinks, you got to have a friend with you who knows when to tell you when to stop. Okay, you know what? It's okay. Because everybody is not free over and delivered from everything. And then there's some people who don't have a problem with drinking. That Bible says, be not drunk with wine. I still am looking for the scripture where it says, do not drink. Do you hear what I'm saying? And it says, do all things in moderation. So I'm not saying go and drink. I'm not saying don't work on your righteousness before God. But what I am saying is that when you know that you have limits, you gotta have somebody there to help you make sure you keep those limits correct and in the right place. So do you feel like that balance is important? Because when the scripture says, we ought not have a false balance, I think the people means that that's just supposed to be you. We're supposed to be all the way in the church, and that's not what it means. That's not what the scripture was saying at all. A false balance is one who thinks that, I got to pray about everything. No, your child needs a coat on because it's freezing outside. You get what I'm saying? I don't got to pray about that. So we need to make sure. So what do you think that if balance is important or not?
I'm glad you said that, because I was going to chime in on that. Being a young person, everybody always say, you so deep in church, you go out and have fun, you need to have balance. I hear that all the time. And so just a testimony, transparent moment. Last year, for about 6 months, I was in Georgia. I'm from South Carolina, but I went to Georgia for about 6 months. And the whole time, they was like, you need to go out, you need to have fun, you need balance, right? So I went out there, went out there clubbing, all kinds of stuff, trying to have balance, right, as they say, and lost myself. I didn't know who I was. I didn't know who I was. I couldn't tap into prayer. I lost my anointing, all kinds of stuff. So I had to learn that it's okay to have, fun, but, you have to know my limits, I can't be pulled into this generational fun and, let's go out and have fun, but you can still come to church every day and praise God. No, you have to have boundaries, So I had to learn the balance to keep my oil, that's important.
Keep your what now? Keep your what? Keep your oil. Shay, I want you to try to levels.
Okay, yes, definitely balance. I know there are some places that I do not go because I know my spirit gets vexed very easily and I get very annoyed. So I don't go those places at all. If I know certain people are going to be there, because sometimes sometimes people attach themselves to you that pick up that spirit that you're trying to fight.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you have to realize that those people that you're kind of attached to, they are really kind of sometimes a hindrance to you. If they're not helping you, I just let them go. Like, I don't have any friends, and I'm happy about it. I'm not trying to say that I'm better than anybody else, but I know my limits, because if I continuously hang with them, I know that those spirits that I have released or still trying to get rid of, they'll attach themselves back to me because of the people who I'm surrounded by. So yes, there has to be a balance. I know that I was pretty much overweight. So I know that if I continuously look at these commercials of food and I go to those restaurants that have that food, I'm going to eat it again and I'm going to pick all the weight back up again. So I don't go to those places. I don't watch those commercials like, that's very tempting. Or that I have a problem with dessert. I like cake. Cake is my friend. Okay, we are best friends. I should be a cake connoisseur, to be honest. So I do not go to places if I'm fasting and God says take cake away. I'm like, oh Lord, are you serious? You fucking taking it. I don't go to the place that I like the cake most, which is Cheesecake Factory or Georgetown, those cupcakes. I don't get 6 of them and eat them all at one time. Okay, I'm so serious. I'm being real serious. I have a passion for cake. So I don't, so now I have to get rid of that cake. So when he tells me to go fast from those sweets, I have to fast from them. I don't go around it. And don't you know when you go to work, somebody brings in cake. I said, Lord, you really tried me, huh? Okay, so I just have to, now I did have that temptation, and I did taste a little piece and be like, oh, it's just a little bit. But I felt convicted from it because he told me what I had to do. So I don't go around my temptation. I stay away from my temptation.
And can I say this too? That I think that if you have to go all the way over here, then it gets back to what we were saying initially, that there's something inside of you that you're still dealing with that you have not really addressed. Because, if you say something like, I want to do something, but I'm not going with my church friends. Something is wrong,
Right.
Because you should be able to get 5 of your closest church friends and go out for the night, or go on a trip. Like if you want to go on a trip and you can't take your church friends, then most likely you're going to go on that trip and do something that you really should not have been doing. So I think that we have this false notion that we have dealt with some stuff and we really haven't dealt with it. Because you can be balanced and be a Christian. You really can be okay. I should be able to go to my sister's house and we just are talking and we have a glass of Moscato. That's a balance. A Friday night we just sitting and we're just, chilling. But if I have to do it all by myself without my Christian friends, then there's a problem and there's something that I really, really need to be dealing with, or, internally that I haven't really dealt with, because my Christian friends should be able to have a balance with me also.
And I just want to open this up really quickly, and then I want to do some Q&A because that's important. When you just said that, it just sparked something, because I think that what people deal with a lot, and I know that, of course, Alisha being a millennial, and us kind of being in that generation right there, because I'm right on the cusp, amen, as I call it, of the young people. But what happens is that it's not even conviction that stops people from doing stuff anymore. It's judgment.
Yeah.
People are not really convicted by God anymore. They just don't want people to judge what they're doing, and then they get exposed in front of people for what it is they are doing. And see, that's a problem. And the reason why I know that is because you can do it in secret and feel okay with doing it when you lay down. But if you're exposed in what it is that you do, then you feel bad about that because now someone knows about it. And it should really be conviction that stops us from doing these things and not judgment by our brother.
You're right. I had one of my colleagues say to me, because he happened to see that my married women went to pole dancing class as a group. Now, what was wrong with that? I don't see anything wrong with married women coming together and having fun and going to a pole dancing class. But back to your point, people don't do it because, I don't care. You do what you want to do at your church, and I'm going to do what I want to do, and my marriage is still together. So it is a judgmental thing. It is, will people judge me? Will people look at what I want to do as a form of balance and be? And it is. My son, who's a millennial, says all the time that the church is so judgmental. But we who know better have to create and foster that environment. Because what ends up happening is what rises up in us is what our parents didn't let us do, or the mothers of the old didn't let us do that. And so now we say to the younger people, because we didn't get to do it, oh, that's of the devil. No, we just came up in a time where church mothers were just strict, and what it was is what it was. But now we who know better, who really know that what we really didn't do or what they didn't allow us to do really didn't have nothing to do with keeping us safe. So I appreciate that you bring up that intergenerational conflict or the challenges of the intergenerational. But what I see is that really we're almost kind of jealous that we weren't allowed to do some of the things that the millennials can do. So we call it, so we put it under sin, but it's really judgment.
And I think that it's not too late. How many married women do we have in the building? Raise your hand. Married. Y'all go ahead. Just married together. I don't think that it's ever too late to start something, to do something, for things to be fresh or to be new in a relationship. I just think it's about finding out what works for your relationship. And as Pastor was saying, they literally sometimes in the church will start to push you with people they think are for you. And then you're stuck in that relationship, you're stuck in that situation, and you can't quite get yourself out of feeling like, why did I just make a decision that I knew would be good for me in the long run? Because I don't think that people think about that. It's always like, what's for the moment? What looks great? He preached good in church, you preach good in church, y'all go ahead and preach together, so y'all start a church, and they don't know that chaos is going on in the home. And so it's important to make sure that when you're praying about a mate, you're not just praying down there on the floor, oh, Father, just give me a man who just pray to you all the time. Because if he ain't there praying all the time, okay, no problem. You know what I'm saying? If that is happening, and like honestly, I'm very serious because I have friends that are like, if that tongue thing better not be happening in the bedroom, unless it's the best thing you gave him all month. You get what I'm saying? Like, and I literally do not want to hear Shirley Caesar when I go into the bedroom. Do you get what I'm saying? And people don't understand that there has to be a balance. Your husband has to feel like he is going to the movies with you, and you can laugh at the comedic stuff just like he can. I'm not saying go to the movies and say, let's do witchcraft and stuff. But it's very important to have that balance, and everybody needs to seek that out. Now, I need y'all women, because I know y'all got some questions. This mic is here on the side. Who's going to be my first person? Somebody, anybody. A question you may have for the panel in line with all of the things that we've been bringing up this morning. Or anybody who has some conflicting thought process to what it was we were bringing up. Yeah, come on. We got us one. Clap your hands for my sister already. Yeah, I'm a little tall. I'm sorry.
Just hearing your story really touched me. I am also a survivor of sexual abuse, and it just so happened he was my pastor.
Wow.
And I struggle with having a relationship in the church because the person that we held so high valued me to the utmost. So I struggle, even to this day, like, do I really want to go to church? Like, how to be in church and have faith that I'm going to be safe. You know, I feel like it's very hard, you know, dealing with so much. You know, and I feel like there's so many women out here that are sexually molested. So many in the Black community that we don't speak on it. And, you know, and I speak it into my children. I have 3 girls, and I tell them, can't nobody but God stop me from anybody that victimizes you or put their hands on you. So you tell me, I don't care if it's dad or uncle who it is, because men tend to create that fear in women, especially in the church. You know, it's like, I'm your pastor, you know, you're supposed to do what I say and so forth, because that's how he got me, you know, and he also molested my sisters, you know, it was like, so, your story really touched me. It's like, I've been in therapy off and on my whole life, and like you said, you had to give it over to God, and he has released me, you know, and he has released that pain, he has released everything, because before I couldn't even speak on it, I couldn't even talk about it, I would cry, and somebody would be like, oh, and I'm like, that's my story. So when I heard you say that, I'm like, this is my time to let everyone know, because not too many people know that about me. Because it's not like I wear it on my head or anything, you know, and it's like, I'm a survivor, and God brought me through it, but I also need him to bring me through building a better relationship within the church and finding the people that are going to tell me that it is a safe place. Because being victimized from 7 to 12 really created some doubt there. And I just need to know how to get over that aspect.
Well, what I did to get over what I experienced with, because mine happened with my cousin, and it was like repeating. So it wasn't until I got older how I got over that portion of it. I had to write a letter to him and let him know how I felt and what he did to me and how he did it. You know, it was like, you victimized me. I had no control over it. You know, I had to continuously do it. But then I ended up seeing him because my uncle, which is his dad, passed away. So he didn't know that my mom knew about it, because, you know, back then they were like, don't tell your mom, don't tell your mom. So I'm scared that I should tell, because when I was younger, I knew something wasn't right, but then I wasn't sure. So they were like, it's okay, because he would tell me it was okay. It was not okay, because I had to deal with that. So when I saw him, I ain't gonna lie, at the funeral, I saw red, and I saw that knife over there on that counter, and I wanted to do it. My mom was like, Shay, just relax. God got this. I mean, it wasn't, I didn't care about God. I did care about God, but at that point, Shay, that flesh, you know, we gotta realize that it's a flesh part and it's a spiritual part. And sometimes that flesh takes control. Hello? So I wanted to actually hurt him, because I can be, my mom calls me Peter at times, but because I can be, but I had to really give that over to God. And what I would say to you is, sometimes the enemy would try to use those things against you because you have purpose, because you can help people in church. He wants it to stay that way. He doesn't want you to get healed from it and stay and go into church, because you can help other women. So that's what his thing is, and that's what he's trying to hinder you from doing, is to help those girls, help those women. And it could be women older than you that need help, and they've never dealt with it. And then because they're like, okay, and that's why I believe sometimes women are so bitter, because, you know, things that they dealt with, and they gotta hold on to it. So they see these free girls, they think that haven't dealt with the same thing is free, and they really aren't, because they were bound as well, just like they were. And they don't know they can help those older women, and they can help the younger. So I'm saying to you is, the enemy is trying to use that against you to hinder you from the purpose that you have, because you have experienced it and you can help others. So I think what you should do is continuously pray about it, seek God, and that's not true, because why would you? He wants to keep you out of church, and that's his goal, and he's doing that so you won't have that confidence in knowing that God, you know, no weapon formed against you shall prosper, you know, all of that good stuff. So I believe I think God is using you to help other women in church.
Amen.
Thank you.
Come on, clap your hands.
You mentioned it right on the note that I was going to say that, oftentimes, I don't think we understand how ministries start in church. So ministries in church start out of a need. And so there is a need for your ministry. And so I don't know where you're at, what church you're at today, but you need to write that up and share that, because and I think I read somewhere, I read a book or something, what I would say to myself at that age. And so I would start, what would you say to a girl who went through that at the same age that you were going through it, and get that ministry and start, working with young people who are going through what you dealt with, and that's another ministry. So he does not want you to get freed of that so that ministry doesn't happen. So I would really start, preparing, writing down so that, you can start talking to young girls who are experiencing that.
And I don't, I'm not, give us your name just one more time. Janice? Janice, sorry, I need the light in my eye. But I want everybody to do me a favor, those journals that you have, let's make sure that we put her name in there, and I want you guys to be praying. And the reason why I said that is because it literally hit me in my stomach when you said you had 3 girls. It's so important to make sure that we pray that those things don't try to travel through generations, because they will. And that same behavior will perpetuate. And it may not be the pastor, it could be a teacher, it could be somebody who is that they're working with at their job. But we just want to make sure that we're keeping her in prayer. So that's important. I want y'all to just call her name out and continue to, but I believe what Shay said, sometimes the best way to kind of pass through some of those places is to confront them. And I'm not sure if that's something that you've ever done. And even if that person isn't listening, it's best when you can at least say out of your mouth, you were the person who hurt me. You were the one who did that. You created that brokenness in me. Even if that is you just being able to say out of your mouth, feeling in your spirit, that I release that. Because as you say, like, God has healed you from the pain, you kind of moved on, you're a strong woman now. But being in church and being safe, and any of the other ministers and prophets and all that kind of stuff can help me at this moment. It's not always best to stay in a lullaby. So if you're still in the same place with the same leadership, and you know that, I would really pray whether or not God wants you in that place. That's important, because to sit there and not being able to actually fully receive the word of God because you know something that's going on. And this ain't something you made up. This is not something your sister leaned over and told you. This is something you've experienced yourself. I don't believe that the Lord would keep you in a place to be ministered to by somebody who's done something so ridiculous. Do you get what I'm saying? So it's very important to pray and confronting them, and you want to do that in the safest way as well. So let's clap our hands for our sister. Come on, clap your hands for her. I love the boldness. Do it.
First of all, I want to thank y'all for being transparent. That's what people are looking for today. I was a victim on that station. And I have a daughter and a son. So when I look at, or my grandson would come and he'd do something, I say, who touched you? Because back then, I'm 50 this year.
All right.
Don't look like me. Back then, your parents would tell you hush. That's a family secret. Don't tell nobody. And you take that blame on yourself. Just last year, I had to go through some deliverance because of rejection, abandonment, because you put yourself in this little box because all these things have happened to you. But I had to go back and look at where the trauma happened and just identify with that trauma and go back and let it go. And that caused me, and I'm a cousin that he tell me I ran for 15 years in ministry, but that caused me to stop doing what God said to do because I felt that I would be rejected and people wouldn't take what I had to say. But now I'm going forward in Jesus' name because there's some people that need to hear me to get that healing. So, like I said again, I thank y'all for your transparency, but we have to. And who said it? I think you said your confidence left when you left your prayer. That's really, I had to write that down because your prayer life changes when you walk away from God and things begin to come in and just try to take you left field and stuff like that. I am a transparent parent. Some people say I tell too much, but I don't tell enough. You know, because sometimes somebody need to hear that, you know, and then you think about judgmental people, religion people judge you a lot. You know, I used to take my drink every now and then, and I said, well, you're supposed to be a minister, why are you drinking? Get to know God, and you can know why I'm drinking. You know, but you so busy going by the form and tradition, didn't have that relationship with God, but because I don't want to steer you astray, I'm going to stop in front of you.
That's good. That's Bible.
I'm going to stop in front of you. But do know that I have a relationship with my Father. When my Father said, April, that's enough. I have to stop. And He does speak. So again, just to encourage, I'm encouraging my heart. Ladies, just keep listening to the voice of God. And for the direction, as they said before, pray about it. Because that's your assignment to help other people that's mentally molestation in the church. And that's happening. People don't talk about that. Let you be one of the first ones to go out and talk about it. And let there be a ministry for other people. Because there are some people that has that church hate because they was abused, broken in the church.
Wow, come on, let's talk about it. I want to kind of go back in there, and I still want some more women, just want to hear from you guys. That's really important. It's something I kind of been hearing, but I just want to pull it out. We do not understand how important it is for a person to hear your story. But I think that people are fearful sometimes of speaking their story because they feel like people are going to judge them. Well, like, you know, that's my business. But you may never know what you speaking up does, you know, for somebody. Like, listen, one of the first people I think that I connected with from Morning Star was Miss Lisa. So kind, wonderful lady. I love her because I love people you can see. And you just can't miss her. I love her bright personality. She's not saying much. I mean, she's not a loud person or any of those things. But literally, if you and I gotten on your phone and said, I found the ticket for $200, then Mom wouldn't be here. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's important for us to understand the measure of us speaking up. And then there would have been something. Now, let's say, now God will do what He will do in your life if you was back at home when you was here. But it's important for you to be here for this impartation. And so it's great for us to understand that opening up our mouths to speak our story is important. So what makes a person absolutely confident, or how did you become confident in telling your story? Because the things you guys are telling up here is big. I wouldn't have known that you went through that season in your life because the anointing is on you, your oil's still running. It didn't look like it was. Listen, every time you clap that hand like that, I'll be about to fall out. You know, so, you know, like how did you guys become confident when telling your story? Because it has to have something to do with you.
It didn't come easy, and it didn't start off like that, because every time I would talk to somebody about it, I felt that they would judge me, or I felt dirty. You know, I felt like, okay, well, they haven't heard, well, what happened with her parents, and what, it had nothing to do with my parents. You know, it didn't have anything to do with anything that I did. I actually, nobody believed me, but because of all those things that have taken place in my life, I started feeling ugly. I always thought I was ugly. And when I grew up, and I always say this, the era that I grew up in, because I'm 45. So when I grew up, it was always the lighter skin, the fair skin, that was the ones that everybody liked. The darker ones were like, we were on the back burner. Am I wrong? Am I wrong? Right? Okay, so I always felt that I was ugly, you know. So as I got older, that stuff started settling in more. I'm ugly. So I started trying to do things that I even tried, what is that, Ambi? I tried Ambi. So the bleaching, I tried to bleach my skin. Hello? Am I the only one trying that? Oh, okay. I know I'm not alone. Yeah, I felt that I had to kind of make myself lighter or try to do things to make people like me. So I tried to do those things. And every time I tried it, even in school, well, I'm gonna tell your mother. Because they knew I was a PK. So they're like, well, I'm gonna tell your mother. I couldn't wear pants. I'm gonna take pants and put them in my purse. I would put them in my jail in my little book bag. And guess what? Every time I would come out of school, my mom would be on the side waiting for me. She never comes to pick me up, ever, when I wear dresses. But when I had those pants on, came out of school, she didn't do that confidence because, and I'm gonna be honest with you, not until about maybe 5, 6 years ago that I felt pretty for myself. Nobody had to tell me. I didn't have to get no information from no dude. You know, I felt it for myself. Nobody had to tell me that. So it was like I felt ugly. I felt that I was not pretty enough for anybody. And I'm just being real. And I had to get confident with myself. I had to pray. And like, God, take this away. I was constantly praying. I had to write out how I felt. I wrote a letter to God. And I read it. I said, God, I feel this way because such and such happened. My dad left me. I was molested. I just had relationship after relationship with these dudes. They did me wrong. You know, I just felt bad. You know, I started feeling, then I said, I gotta stop feeling sorry for myself. Because these things probably, I said, and then I started, and it years, like I said, it took years, okay, these things are coming. Because if you don't have a test, you won't have that testimony. So I feel as though that when those tests come, they're coming for a reason. It's not to harm you, but it's to help you. You know, so when those things come again, you know how to deal with them. But that's how I got my confidence, by praying to God and saying, God, I need you to take this away from me. I don't want it anymore. And really giving it over to him. I think we say we want him to take it away from us and just pull it back. Like I said, it's comfort.
For me, it was, when I was in college, again, going back to college, because I know where, you know, the hand of God, or where I didn't feel like I wanted God anymore. So when I was in college, I had my son, my second year in Richmond, and my mother came down and she said to me, okay, now, either you, back then, your mother said, if you gonna marry him, or you gonna leave alone. And I was like, well, this is the first guy I ever, excuse me if I'm being too much, but I said, this is the first guy I ever had sexual, and it wasn't all that great. So, this cannot possibly be the man I'm going to end up with for the rest of my life. It was not that great. So, I'm coming back home. So, I left Richmond and I came back to Philadelphia, and immediately when I got back in Philadelphia, it was like a weight that had been lifted. And so I got back in my prayer life. But I think we need to understand that prayer is a lifestyle. Like, prayer is not something that we just pick up and it's like, I need prayer today. Prayer is a lifestyle. You got to live out prayer. And so when I got back into the lifestyle of prayer, God just changed, he changed me. Because as women, we know, once you have one baby, if they breathe on you, come on, I can't get no help out here. If they breathe on you, then you're pregnant again. And so I had to get in relationship with God, and God opened up his purpose for me. He opened up where I began to dream again. I began to have vision again. And then I realized that this was a gift. This was a gift from God. And so how do you treat gifts? You treat gifts like it's yours, like you want to take care of it. I still have a few toys that I got when I was younger because they were gifts. And so I realized that my son was a gift. He was a gift, and I had to take care of him like he was a gift. And so my son and I, you didn't see me without seeing him. And you didn't see him without seeing me. And so we grew up together. Now he's not my man, he understands he's my son. And so he respects me as his mother, but we grew up together, and I am now living out the purpose that God birthed inside of me in my mother's womb. So how did I get that? I got back in the posture of prayer. I made a conscious decision to stop. Because we can't allow the enemy to let us to keep going. Shall we continue in sin? Where grace does abound, God forbid. And so the moment I realized that God had purpose for me, God had ordained me to be some things, I moved out of that place. Sometimes you got to change your place. Sometimes you got to change your place. I look back and I said to myself, Lord, if I was still in Richmond, I'd probably be somewhere pregnant, barefoot, right now with about 6 or 7 kids and not living out my purpose. I had to change my place. And when I changed my place and came back to Philadelphia, I got back in the right place with God. And God just blossomed my life. He blossomed my son's life. We cast down every negative thing, curses. And so last year when my son got shot, we had stored up. We had praise on credit. So when people want to know why you shout, sometimes you're not even shouting for today. You're not shouting for today. You're shouting for something that's going to happen later on down the line. And so I praise God that when I changed my place and got back into a lifestyle of prayer, there was no good thing that He withheld from me. No good thing that He withheld from me. So I'm a witness. Look at somebody next to you and tell them maybe it's time for you to change your place. That's what He said. God alone.
Because just before Alisha chimes in, and you definitely gotta forgive me because my mind, sometimes it just I don't have ADD or nothing, but it definitely is turning. And I know, Pastor, you also have the jewelry and stuff that you do as well. You gotta get some T-shirts because you have the best one-liners. Go home, change your place. Like I'm serious. Like go home, and people may not get it, and they'll ask, "What does your shirt mean?" And then it just opens up a ministry thing. I'm serious. That go home, just go home. That's good. I would wear that T-shirt, just go home, unless somebody asks me what that means. That means if you want to keep yourself holy, just go home. You hear what I'm saying? And like sometimes you gotta change your place. I'm gonna give you a shirt made and put your name right underneath that. It's real out here. But go ahead, Alisha. Oh no, it's okay. No, I was saying to like, how did you get about become confident about telling your story?
Well, just a transparent moment. I have a lot of those, So, when I was about 2 or 3 years ago, I was in a place of rejection and hurt. I didn't know who I was. Like her story, I was molested when I was younger, so I was very lost. And I was in a church, and because I was so lonely, I didn't have nobody. I ended up messing around with the pastor's son, right? And so, right. And so I had to. The confidence came. Now I can tell the story without, fear of it because I'm free from it now. So it happened a year prior to everybody finding out. So I allowed God to free me first. That's where the confidence came. So I didn't allow other people to come to me and try to condemn me, because I was free first. And so later people found out and the whole church was talking about it, and it was horrible. I had to press, I had to still dance, I had to still worship, even though they were looking at me like, yeah, she thinks she's holy and all this stuff like that. But I had to, the confidence came when I allowed God to free me first, and not let other people's fingers or opinions to
Come on, clap your hands one more time for amazing panelists. And I'll just say this, and Alisha, I'll go this way since you just stopped. Just give us one last nugget, something you want to kind of share with us as we're leaving out. Anything you just want to kind of leave with the ladies.
I just say with this conference being perfectly aligned, just allow God to, 3 things God gave me was choosing, breaking, and overflow. Allow God to choosing, so allow God to allow Him to be able to walk His purpose out of you, say yes to that first, so that, and then allow God to break you, so that He can be perfectly aligned, so He can overflow you. That's all.
I was sitting up here and the Lord, when He said, it's not too late. I hear the Lord say, it's not too late. It's not too late for you to do, because as I look out there, they're really seasoned women. They're seasoned women out in this audience. And it's not too late. Don't allow the spirit of jealousy to seep in. Because sometimes we look at other people and because we didn't do it, then instead of us, praying and asking God, what is your will for me? We sit around and we talk. We talk about people. That's jealousy. And you'll say it in a minute, I ain't jealous of nobody. You are. I have something great for each and every one of you out here today. Don't let your age block your blessing.
And mine is, I just had 3 R's. It's respond, refresh, and renew. That's all I have. Respond to what is going on inside of you that you know should not be attached to you. Refresh and renew. That's all I have.
Come on, clap your hands just one more time. And I'm sorry, I gotta keep pushing this because I think it's like so good. And I continue. You guys know I'm obsessed with my mom. Very much like I really am. It's bad. But just as Pastor was saying, me and my mom had 5 boys, but me and my mom just somehow we became like the ones. So I stick with my mom, and she sticks with me, and I will beat my brothers into the ground. Oh, my mother. But I said that to say I still push her down because my mom just turned 60. I love her. Go mom. She just turned 60, but I just continue to push her because my mom has pushed so many people's ministries and different things for so long. And I know that there's still so much that God has in her and so many people rely on her. But I pulled this up because 2 things was really important. I don't know if you guys know who Ava DuVernay is. Okay, yeah, so love her. Sorry, I may say her name wrong. She's 45 years old, but she didn't pick up a camera until she was 34 years old. And now she's responsible for Greenleaf. She's responsible for all the stuff that's going on with Oprah, and she's 45 now. I don't know if you guys got a chance to see Wakanda Forever. Okay, so really great movie. You should go see it. It's awesome. But there was an elderly lady who was 88 years old. That was her first movie. She did not start acting until she was 88. So I'm just piggybacking, and again, I said it in Pastor Mary when I say it, but it is never too late. God has something great that He wants to do in every single person. So I don't care if it's that you want to start your own nail shop. You go get the funding, you start the shop. Put your face on it and walk away, even if you don't do nails. Do you understand? Because people will start to just because you don't do it doesn't mean that you can't do it. If you enjoy, because I love salad so much. I may not be able to make the salad, but I can go get people who can make the salad. I know how I want the face or the build out to be. So I'm telling you, don't stop at what you think you can do, but stop at what God is telling you to do. So when you stop in that place, you'll know that that's the will of the Lord for your life. Amen? Listen, I want you guys to, and Brother Kim, when you move these chairs back, I want everybody to just gather at the altar really quickly. I want to pray. There's been such a recurring theme that we've seen this morning, or we've heard this morning. And so it's important that we put on the strength of our sisters this morning. So I just want y'all to gather at the altar. This will be a real quick prayer. And we'll get to him. Brother, I'm sorry. Could you help me move these chairs back for me in Jesus' name? Hallelujah.